Good evening, Facebook Live. How you guys doing? Happy Monday. So check this out. A little lemon into warm water. Just a couple drops. Keep the body healthy. Fight off any kind of diseases or viruses or anything they want to throw at us. Doesn't matter. We're going to fight that stuff off, man. I'm sitting here going through a bunch of finance stuff with credit cards, and then before I know it, it's like 9 o'clock here or something like that, and I said I want to check in with you guys, make sure we get our day 110 in here. I see somebody with a blue light logging in. That looks like a new person here. How you doing? George Perro. See that? I knew it was a new person. Got some good tips for you, buddy. How you doing, man? The old bass player from back up there in Connecticut. Kathy and I escaped Connecticut just in time, George. As you can see, I have my lemon water. Keep the body healthy, vitamin C. Also my green smoothies, I squeeze fresh lemon. So I've been sitting here for the last 3 hours doing all kinds of different book work and messing around with credit card stuff and talking about imperfect action will beat inaction every single day. I see Aaron showing up. Good to see you, brother. I'm staying logged on here. I'm on my Discover credit card, and I went through the whole list of all the stuff that I put on my credit cards. Like $60,000 on my stupid Discover card. I said, there's way too much money on here. I'm going through it. And I started axing stuff. So I made a list of all the things I'm axing off of, the stuff that I'm not using. XM Sirius Radio. What else did I just cancel? Prime Video, my OnStar for my truck. Get rid of all that crap, man. I don't know what you guys are doing and canceling out all the stuff that you have here. You're spending all this money on that. I don't even use this stuff. I said, forget about it. We're going to go back to being minimalist. Rebecca, good to see you. Thank you for checking in here. Facebook Live Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Monday's my favorite day of the week. I still have to get my workout in, but I've been here. It's like 9:08 here. And I got my lemon water to make sure I keep everything in my mouth. I've been chewing on ginger. I don't know if you guys do ginger and all these natural herbs. So it talks about God's garden, right? Dr. Bart. So thank you, Dr. Bart. And ginger root, I just chew on it. I didn't want to cut it up slow. I just chew on it, man. It gets rid of all that stuff. Good to see you, man. Lead guitar, not bass. Oh, my bad, man, my bad. And also, George, there's another guy on here, Aaron Knight. Connect with him. He's also another badass musician. So yesterday, or 2 days ago, Dennis Simon logged on, and we got George logging on. These guys are some powerful, super duper musicians, and I love music, man. Music is soothing to the soul, and that's exactly what we need right now, George. You guys have to get something going online to do some little shows. I saw the guy Rob from Matchbox 20. He just did a beautiful solo with I think he had a small amp and maybe just a I can't remember Rob's last name right now. He's got a great voice. He did a beautiful thing. He had like over 1 million views. Social perks are just a distraction from ourselves. Yes, Aaron. Yes, Jody. Good to see you. Thank you for logging on here. So I got some great tips for you guys this evening. I've been sitting here for 3 hours going through all my Discover credit cards and American Express credit cards, and I got an awesome tip I'm going to share with you shortly on how to maximize your debt to income ratio on credit cards. So I've been doing very good with the last 6 months with my debt to income ratio, my credit cards, getting ready to apply for some business credits and stuff like that. But the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is taking imperfect action. Beats inaction every single day. I used to do a lot of construction. I'm going to tell you a story about this guy. He couldn't make a decision. And then when he did make a decision, he tried to blame me for his decision. So we were doing this whole makeover of this whole house he had. I think it was like $135,000 worth of work. And he got to the point where we were in his kitchen doing tile work, and he couldn't make a decision on tile. I'm like, listen, I said, I've been here already a month over my due date because you can't make decisions. I said, please, you got to make a decision here. The next day, he still didn't make the decision. So I go to Lowe's, I grab all these different tiles. When he came home that evening, I had them all laid out on his kitchen counter. I said, listen, I am not leaving here until you pick some of these tiles. So he ended up picking his floor tile. He picked his backsplash. It's beautiful. I said, I'll be here tomorrow. We're going to get the job done. So I go pick out the tiles that he said to pick out. I bring them back. We have the whole kitchen floor installed in one day by the time he comes home. He goes, that's not the tile that I picked. I go, what are you talking about? Yes, it is. It's right here. So I pulled out and showed him the text. He goes, oh, yeah, I did that. Oh, my bad. At least he liked the backsplash tile. So he got the job. We got it in there. I said to Kathy, I said, never again can I work for somebody. He's just send me these spreadsheets, bringing it down to cents, like $52.03. He was nickel and diming me to death. I said, that's it. I'm out of here. So he was one of those guys. I called him. I says, listen, I'm going to call you paralysis by analysis, because all you do is analyze everything. You're up in your head. I said, get out of your head and start taking some action. I said, taking any kind of action is better than taking no action whatsoever. But so many of us, we get caught up in making things just perfect before we want to get started. So that's number one. Take some kind of action to go forward, because you're going to learn from the experience, or you're going to win. There's no such losing as making a bad decision. Because, well, I don't want to make a bad decision. I don't want to make the wrong decision. No, absolutely not. Because once you make the decision, you're going to learn or you're going to win. That's step number 2. Most of us think it has to be absolutely perfect before we get started. That is absolutely false. So many times we want to sit there, Lynn, and just make this, let me get it all ready. Get ready to get ready. And you do all these preparations and try and get ready. And by the time you finally get all your stuff ready, guess what happens? The market's already shifted. Your project's already shifted. Now we have to start all over again. So nothing ever happens. And the last part of this, the step 4, is start now. Just start. You're not going to get there if you don't start walking today. Many of us back in the day used to walk a lot. No, George used to walk a lot. I used to walk a lot. I'm sure Aaron used to walk a lot. I used to get out and start walking. And if I'm going to take 1,000 steps to get there, guess what? I have to take the first step. Take the action right here, right now, and you will adapt and adjust along the way. It's simple. Just adapt and adjust as you go. And there's some great, great insights I was downloading this morning. Meditation. 4 things. Imperfect action will always beat no action. Number 2, you will learn from your experience. Make a decision. Go out there. It's not going to be right. It's not going to be wrong. We're either going to win or we're going to learn from that. It does not have to be perfect to start. We will figure it out as long as we go. And one of the things I used to do when I was flipping houses back in the day, I would come in, I have this master grand plan, what I want to do for the entire house. And as Paul Stock just learned, is like as you're in there, you start working, all of a sudden your creative juices start flowing, Beth Ellen, and all of a sudden we're going over here to the right to make a little bit of an improvement. The people would come back, they go, wait a minute, you didn't talk about that. I said, no, this is something that we just made an adjustment on the fly. So perfect example, the house we're working on right now up in New Milford, Connecticut, we ended up putting in a loft in this bedroom. Absolutely gorgeous. And we never talked about that from day one, but as we're going there, we're on the project and you're in that flow. It's almost like you guys as musicians, all of a sudden you just come off of this riff. You just make that stuff up. Good to see you, Dave. Thanks for logging in here, brother. Some powerful insights coming back. So that's it. The last one is start now. There is no perfect time. Just start now. So for you guys that are just logging on here now, Bethel and Dave, there's 4 things. Plus I'm going to give you a financial tip that I just learned here, being on my credit cards. I was going through all my credit card bills today. I'm going to give you a financial tip. So I'm not a finance guy, but I like to figure stuff out. So I'm going to save you guys some money this evening. So imperfect action beats no action. Learn from your experience. It doesn't have to be perfect to start, but start now. There will never be a perfect time. Good to see you, Lori. Good to see you. Thank you for logging on here. 9 o'clock Eastern time, wherever you are in the world. There in California time, 6 o'clock. Thank you guys for logging in over there. As you can see, the Rises One book back there. We've been selling a bunch of books, a bunch of reviews. If you guys got my book and you read it, and whether you enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it, please give me a review. Because I like all feedback. I believe feedback is exactly what we all need in life. We always need that feedback, that constructive criticism. Sometimes it's hard to take some of that stuff. And that used to be me, because I was growing up with 2 other brothers and a sister, and Dad would come home and say, who did this? And you just start pointing fingers at everybody. He did it, No. Now we're going to own that, Sukata. I'm pretty sure that's pronounced right, Sukata. I was checking out your profile today, Sukata. I love your energy, I love your smile. She's from Vietnam over there. She's a chef, so you guys can follow Sukata. She's got that love energy, man. I was talking to Chuck yesterday. We had our 333 meditation. This guy was lit up like a Christmas tree. I was like, look at this guy. He's walking in the light. He's been so fired up. So he did the 9-day free meditation challenge. If you guys haven't signed up for the free meditation challenge, sign up for that. Do it 9 days in a row and share your experience with us. We'd love to hear about that, because when we hide this stuff, we hold it into ourselves. Like I'm going to share this finance tip with you here shortly. Can't share that. Can't hang that stuff up. Share it with somebody. Let them learn from your experience. Take that first step. Take imperfect action. Will always be inaction, because if you don't take any action, guess what? You're not going to go anywhere. Good to see you, Christopher. Thank you for logging on here. So here's the financial tip. So check this out. I was just going through all my bills. So here's all the things I'm canceling. on one of my credit cards because I haven't been using them. So I went through all my credit cards and I got like 17 to 19 credit cards. I just applied for more. So there's a debt to income ratio that you got to separate there. But the number one thing that you want to make sure you have good at is your credit. You know, so many of us put that on the back burner. I remember at one point, I think Kathy was like 820 and I was like 801. And then I went all the way back down to 650. I was doing some cash out refis and looking for some financing over here, financing over there, and it just tanked into the toilet. So I've been working on that for the last 6 months, and I learned a lot of strategies to build it back up. And I learned a new one tonight, so I'm going to share that with you. So I had multiple Amex. Hey, Kathy, good to see you, sweetheart. I have multiple Amex cards. One of them has like a $30,000 credit limit on it. And I have another one that has like a $13,000 credit limit on it. And the woman on the phone at Amex says you can take the credit from this one and put it onto this one, and that will lower your DTI, or your debt to income ratio. I was like, you can do that? She goes, yes. I'm like, that's powerful insight. So the other second thing I did tonight was I requested a credit line increase on some of my credit cards. That will also increase your debt to income ratio. Two powerful insights right there. I was like, that makes so much sense. I said, I've never even heard of anybody being able to move that around. But for me as a business owner, I just went through all my books here and I was going and applying for that PPP and all that stuff. I have like 6 businesses right now. I have been retired for 3 years. I've been building these businesses and positioning them because I'm ready to get back in the game. As many of you know, we're going to be building senior veteran homes. We have 2 lots right here in our front yard in Virginia. That's going to be my base model to show my students. We have a real estate coaching program. You want to learn about real estate? Send me a message. We've already started several weeks ago. I'll get you caught up. The guys in here, I'm giving them the wisdom that I've learned in the last 20 years in this real estate game. We're already sitting at home. It's a perfect time to get on a Zoom meeting with me and teach you this game of real estate. You'll make thousands of dollars. It's a simple game once you understand it. You just get right in there, get her done. Take that imperfect action. And that's what I did when I first started. I used to take in tile, put it in there, put carpeting in there. I used to cut it too short, try to stretch the carpet. And as you guys know, carpet don't stretch. You just get the linoleum and try to cut linoleum floors. Same exact thing. I used to put the little cut line up too short. I glue it back in there. And that's how I learned. And if I didn't like it, I just rip it out and start over. But I took the action, the imperfect action, and figured it out, because I tell you one thing. Once I started spending money and I started losing money on figuring things out, I didn't make that mistake again. And that's what I'm teaching my students now, how to not make those mistakes that I made that cost me thousands of dollars, but now I'm going to share those insights with you. What's up, Ray? Good to see you. What are you doing up this late, Ray? It's a little late for you, man. Good to see you guys for logging in here. Thanks for checking in. So you have to go back and watch this, Ray. I got the 4 things. The imperfect action beats no action. Learn from your experiences along the way. It's just an experience. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just what is. And if you share that experience with somebody, guess what? They're going to learn as well. The third thing was, you don't have to have it perfect to start. It doesn't have to be perfect to start. And I know a lot of us are deep thinkers. Well, when I get this, I'm going to get ready. And once I'm there, then I can go in and get started, and then it's all going to work out. No, just start. And the last one is start now. There's never going to be a perfect time to start. I used to work for Pitney Bowes. We used to build these mailing machines, and we would send it out into the field. We knew there was a couple of imperfections, but those things were selling for like $40,000 a pop, and we were building 40 of them a day. It was like millions of dollars we were building per day. And it got to the point where after 9 months of trying to calculate, and R&D was doing this and trying to figure this out, the engineers are down there tweaking it. We got to a point where it was good enough. We sent it out to the field, and we said we will modify it out in the field. But then we started receiving millions of dollars in to pay for our overhead. And it happens a lot like that. A wise person learns from their mistakes. A really wise person learns from others' mistakes. That's a good, Aaron. I like that, brother. I can't wait to meet you, man. I can tell you got that great energy. Aaron's been showing up here for about at least a month and a half straight, continuing to download these messages. I'm telling you guys, take these messages, write this stuff down. This is solid content. Good to see you, Barb Sprindis. Long time no see, sweetheart. Everybody's up there well in Connecticut. All the people back home. Kathy and I were just talking about this. We got out there just in time. We're down here. We don't see a lot of the craziness down here. There's no traffic lights where we live. There's like 10,000 people live in our town. But you know what? Every one of those people have a loving, giving heart. They have this great energy about them. And as you can see, if you get into these big cities right now, we were talking about this on our meditation yesterday at 333 Eastern time. Every week we do this for the last month. If you guys want to get into one of those meditations, this is the last month. We have a membership coming out. So we've been figuring this thing out. I took the imperfect action, so let's figure it out with these guys. I'll give them some free meditation stuff. Now we're going to go ahead and start opening this up to the general public worldwide. Some of those people yesterday that were on that message, that received that download, were so thankful. Like, Joe, thank you for doing this. That's not me, man. That's the voice speaking through me to you. Because many of us need to wake up. We're being forced to wake up. And that's why that book right there says, Rise as One, the Spiritual Awakening. Rise as One, I talked about that 4 years ago. The Spiritual Awakening 14 months ago. And guess what? We're being forced to rise as one. And 14 months later, we're having a spiritual awakening together. We are all in this together. What's up, Richard? Good to see you. Keep showing up, brother. Take your notes. These are powerful insights. Sharing with you every single day, 110 days straight. I've been here on Facebook Lives. I will take all these messages and get an audio book made, a video book made. We got some powerful speakers getting ready to come down here in September, October. Wait till you guys see this. You ain't see nothing on here yet. I just go surface level here. We got some deep stuff coming up. We will have a band here playing. Or maybe George will be here and Dennis and Aaron will come down. We'll jam out. Because I love music, man. We'll get some of those special speakers they talk about in Stealing Fire. Get you tapped into your soul, into your heart. Because we're all in this together. And they've been trying to divide us for 15 years. And I'm not worried about what they're doing. I'm worried about what we're doing right here, right now. What can we do together? Because I know together all is possible. All we have to do is get out of our own way. So go back and watch this video on the financial tips, the 4 things to do about taking action, because imperfect action will always be action. I'm going to finish off going through my Discover card right here. Got a few more cancellations to make, so if I ain't using this stuff, I'm canceling it. I'll take that money and go invest it into my properties right now. We just reopened my construction company. Landed a nice big job. We got a fix and flip we're finishing off right now. We got senior veteran homes being built right out here in our front yard in Virginia. Wait till you see the Facebook Lives with those people. How thankful and grateful they're going to be when they're out here hanging out with senior dogs, growing their garden, chasing around chickens, getting eggs. In their senior years, giving them the quality of life they deserve, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. And I'll be damned if I go to my grave not serving the underserved, the world's greatest givers, our veterans. And that's just who I am, but I know you have a gift to share too. And we're going to wake that gift up. If you get that book right there behind me on Amazon, still $5 before the price goes up. Share your review there on Amazon. We're going to launch this real estate package. We're launching the Rise as One movement with a RISE framework. We got the nonprofit organization. We're going to start marketing that, getting basically property for free. Utilizing those properties to help our senior veterans, because they deserve it. If you're a veteran, reach out to me. You need a place to live. You need a job, because we hired lots of veterans to build these houses. The goal is to be in 33 states in 5 years. I'm going to push my team, so that's be in 33 states with 1 senior veteran home in 3 years. 333. Every Sunday, we show up to bless, to send love and energy and healing and certainty out there into the world. Because we don't need to lower the vibration, we need to raise the vibration, we need to raise the roof. They said in the song, the roof is on fire. We're going to set the roof on fire so they can all see our light in this world full of darkness right now. So we are coming to serve. We're coming to give. We're coming to teach. We're coming to learn together. And I know the guys that are on that call yesterday, they felt that energy. It was powerful. You guys want to get on this Sunday at 3:33. It'll be 6 weeks in a row. Showing up. Blessing. Serving. Giving. Assisting. We have to stabilize right now. Because we are never going back to what everybody's saying, go back to what's normal. Normal wasn't working. We're going to create our new reality. But we're going to create it. We're all going to benefit. When it's all said and done, you better believe together we're going to rise as one. As you can see those hands in that light above me. When that happened 4 years ago, I took that photo. It talks about it in the book. It was a cloudy day, and I commanded the universe. I said, show me the way. At that moment, the sun came out, and there's two hands like this showing us the way. So I'm going to ask you if you want to be shown the way. I'm here to lead with purpose, with certainty and a knowingness that all the things that I've learned over the 20 years and 20,000 hours of doing the work, that this is all going down for the benefit of the collective, the supreme benefit of the collective, CC. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for logging on. Great conversation last night. Because I know this is going down. And I know a lot of you have been watching from the sidelines. I'm going to ask you to come on out onto the battlefield. Because we got a war to fight right now. And I love a good challenge. I'm not a big fighter. I'm a lover. So we're just going to love on these people. We talked about this yesterday. Love is a 500 hertz frequency. No matter what people try and do, if they want to hate on you and throw mud on you and sling things at you, just love on them. It'll dissolve their fuse. It'll take away their anger, take away their pain, their trauma. Because guess what? We've all been through the pain and the trauma. But it's up to us to make that difference and change our path. You are the author of your book. Get out your pen and paper and write a new story. And when it's all said and done, together, we're going to rise as one. With him, in him, as him, you are him. You just got to help remember to wake that part of you up. So thank you all for following this journey. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and comments. Share this message with somebody that can use this wisdom that I just keep tapping into. It doesn't stop. There's always the next level. There's always a next step. Just keep going. Even when you can't see, and if it's foggy and dark, just keep going. You will find the way, because the human spirit will always find the way. I honor and appreciate each and every one of you. Keep showing up. We are just getting started. I love you too. Have a great night. Good to see you, Marty.